Yeah, let's do it. Well, welcome everyone to our first annual and first ever Relativity Fest Hackathon. So for those who don't know, Relativity does an internal hackathon with our teams every year or a couple times a year. We've always wanted to do one with the developer community, but we've never been able to get it off the ground. So first of all, thank you for the Relativity team, especially Keith and Thor, Brian, Stacy, Mark, and others who have worked really hard to put this on. And thank you to our developers. I see a bunch of you from the community signed on. We're going to work really hard to make this an awesome experience for you over the next week or so. So today we'll just kick off and talk a little bit about what to expect in the hackathon, and we'll have a few minutes for questions as well. So as we said, thank you. We're super excited to have everybody participate. And for those of you who are submitting your ideas to the competition, to the judging, we've got a few different prizes you can win. The most innovative will be things like we haven't seen before in Relativity. We also have a category for the more fun and creative submissions that may be less applicable to your day-to-day job, but more just seeing what the technology can do. And finally, a people's choice. So everyone who's participating in this week will get to vote on their favorite application. We do have prizes. So as always, some really cool swag from our creative team. And our judges for the week will be the leads of our product and platform engineering teams. So Keith Carlson, our Chief Technology Officer, Desiree Mayer, who leads the platform as a product, and Matt Spur from who leads our engineering platform. So they'll be the ones at the end of the week looking at your demos. We'll talk a little bit more about how that will work. But again, super excited. And as a reminder, you don't have to submit for the judging. If what you want to do this week is just spend some time learning the platform or working on your own stuff with the help of Relativity, our real goal is to invest a lot of our R&D time during the next week into the developer community. And so thank you for the coaches who are giving their time as well. I know we've got a lot of excited Relativity coaches who will be supporting each team. So very exciting, very cool. What does the week look like? We're kicking off today, so you'll, with your teams, be able to start right after this session if you'd like. We have until September 22nd at noon, 12 p.m. Central Time to finish your hacking. Judging will begin at that point, and the way judging will happen again is you'll pre-record a little video to submit to the judges. I won't go through the rules in detail. We'll share these afterward, but a couple of common questions we've gotten are about IP. So as any other thing you build in Relativity, all of our teams that are participating, you have a developer license to Relativity, and the things you build are your own, so it'll be your IP. You can think of this as just Relativity giving you technical support, basically, but a much more intensive version of that. I will say that for the coaches, if you have any questions about what your team's working on, you can talk to me or to Thor and Brian Hines, who are our coach coordinators. And if any of the teams, you're thinking about whether to build a certain feature and you're wondering whether Relativity will build it at some point, you feel free to ask. We've got our product teams floating around to help out as well. One of the goals from this week is to create a lot more transparency between our product teams and our developer community about the direction Relativity is going in. So if you're like, hey, I'm thinking about building this thing, I'm wondering if Relativity might build that at some point in the future, just ask. We're happy to talk about that with you as well. And coaches, if you're not sure, you can talk to me or to the product team who's over that feature set. We can come back and talk more about using open source libraries and other things, but that's fair game. Stacy has built the community page for it. So this is where you'll go to get a lot of your updates and announcements during the week. Well, Stacy, do you want to post a link to that in the chat, maybe?
Yes. It also should be in the PDF documentation for the guidelines that we sent out in your intro. But immediately following this, you will be added to the community, so you should also get an email.
Cool. A little bit more about the judging process. We'll be looking for a few different things, including the business value, how slick or cool it is, how realistic the thing you build is, what if it's a POC, what do you think it could work at scale, how innovative. If you're going to be submitting for judging, which again, you don't have to, I know a few teams will be just participating for the learning this week, and that's totally fine. But if you decide to submit a demo and send those over to Stacy by noon on the 22nd. The way it'll probably work for most teams is that you'll kind of work at your own pace, and the judges will be here to participate in your stand-ups and answer questions in between those stand-ups. Again, we're really trying to make this a learning experience that works with your schedule. And so if you've got your own timelines that you're working on your own teams, feel free to work as much as you can or as little as you'd like. Use the coaches. Our real hope, and Keith said this best, is to use this week or so to accelerate your relativity development roadmap and learning by months. So we're really excited. Please use us and the coaches as you see fit. We'll help you as much as we possibly can. And coaches, please help each other. We've got the Slack channel internally set up as well. We will announce the winners of the hackathon at the end of the week, and we'll do that in multiple channels. Probably also have some fun blog and other things happening. Again, thank you for the coaches, and couldn't do it without you. You're all amazing and donating your time to the community, so it's super exciting. I can't wait to see some of the relationships that are built through this week, and hopefully they last through the rest of the year. And I think that's all of the content I have prepared. Stacy, Brian, Thor, Keith, anything you'd like to add?
Thor, do you want to go? Go.
Yeah, go ahead. Just really quick, there's going to be a few shufflings to teams just to give you guys a heads up. But we'll be reaching out to you guys directly if you're on one of the teams that get shuffled.
So a couple things that I would say is that I think that Relativity is still working out the developer experience story for partners and applications. And one of the things that I'd like to get back from the folks that are participating in this is just a better understanding internally about what customers find easy, what they find hard, what works, what doesn't. I think those are going to be incredibly valuable learnings for us internally. The other thing is that work as a team to solve problems for your teams. Like internally, there might be a sense of competition between the different teams in the hackathon, but like we're serving customers. So reach out quickly to get answers, try to help customers out. And we know that we're not supposed to write the code for them, but if you can provide sample code or things that can help them out, like it's a pretty fuzzy line, like don't actually write code for them that's going to be in the hackathon, but like up to and including like, this is exactly how you use it. Let's script some code together. Let's see how it works, right? Those kinds of things I think are okay. And make sure that we're enthusing this with fun. This shouldn't feel like work. This should feel like an enjoyable, fun thing for people to work on.
Thanks, Keith. Cool. Any from our judges, other judges, Desiree and Matt, anything you wanted to add about what you excited about or are looking for this week?
No, I think your content hit it well. I'm just looking for everybody to have some fun, learn some things, and hopefully see some cool stuff built.
I agree. I can't wait to see what comes out of this. It's going to be super exciting.
Cool. Well, we've got a few minutes for questions. For the hackers on the line, I saw a few of you, Danny and Brandon, and a few others. Do you have any questions for us for how this week should work or what to expect?
I think you guys did a good job setting expectations. So I think we understand at a high level what's going to happen. Still have to figure out the timings of stand-ups for the international crowd, just to make sure that they make sense for us, because 5 p.m. isn't an ideal time to start the day. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah, thanks, Danny. That's a great point. You know, we've got a few teams hacking from other parts of the world outside of the U.S. So most of our coaches are U.S. based, but we've got teams in Israel, in London, I think maybe in India. So you know, for the coaches, we'll try to set up times that work for the hacking teams locally. And I think we've recruited a few of our coaches out of our Kickoff office to make the time zones a bit easier. So yeah, please do. We'll work around your schedules as best we can for where you are in the world, and we really appreciate people from all over the world joining our first hackathon. That was one of the cool things about this one becoming virtual, though it wasn't our intention originally to have it be virtual. I think we got a lot more participation, a lot broader participation. So great call out, Danny. We appreciate it, and yeah, we'll work to make this on your schedule as much as possible. Any other questions from the hackers?
How do we deliver our programs to you guys?
Good question. So I'll take a shot at it, and then for our coaches, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't need to deliver the actual application itself to us. For the submission, it'll just be the video. Our intention is that, you know, this week is productive for you, and you walk away with something that's useful to you in your job or value add to your company or yourself. We don't need the actual application. Other things? Oh, I see Ben. Hey Ben, how's it going?
Collaborating. So
sorry, I cut someone off. John?
yeah, I was just gonna. Will the coaches be collaborating with each other so we know?
John, you're breaking up a little bit, but I think your question was, will the coaches be collaborating with each other? And the answer is yes. The coaches have an internal channel that they'll use to share questions that their teams are submitting. So if one coach, a particular team doesn't have an answer right away to a question, they'll have a bunch of help.
My concern was more about what if two teams are working on the same project? Will they let us know?
Got it. Yeah, so I guess the answer is, you know, if two teams are working on something similar, that's okay. Our main intention is that the teams get something valuable out of this, but we do have a list of what everyone's working on, so that should be visible to all the teams, at least the high level description, so we can share that. And Stacey, is that in the main fest site?
Yes, it is. So I'll post a link also here in the chat to our main fest site.
Yeah, the short answer, John, is you'll be able to see what the other teams are working at a high level. If you have any questions, just let us know. But again, super excited. Thank you for participating. We'll hang out here a little bit longer for continued questions. But if there aren't any, we'll let everyone get started and let the hacking begin. And again, I can't say enough thank you to both our coaches and our teams for participating. The last note we'll leave you with, and again, we'll hang out for more questions, but for those who need to go, it's the first time we're doing this, so bear with us. There may be a few rough patches that we haven't quite ironed out, but we'll do our best to more than make up for that with the level of engagement that we provide. So if you see anything that could work better either this year or next time, please let us know and we'll address it. But again, have fun. We're here to help you all be more productive with the developer platform that Relativity provides. And so let us know how it goes. And we're super excited to see what you all come up with this week.
And I'm just going to add on, Drew, really quickly. For the community, developer community, I haven't added anyone to the group yet, so no one has access, even if you're logged into the community site. I'll be adding everyone immediately following this, so just give it a few minutes. It's a private community, so we're trying to limit access. That's why it's a little bit different than our developer community. So no worries if that link does not work for you right now. You'll get an email when I add you. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me directly or Drew or your coach.
Hi, one quick question. This is Ian Gunter. Are the coaches available 24/7?
Drew, I can take this. So once you should be communicating with your coach. You can work out your communication cadence with them. We ask that the coaches are available for about an hour every day to work directly with you. If you all find time to work more together or less, it's all dependent on that.
Yeah, so the coaches won't be, 24/7, but if they'll do their best when you send questions to get the questions back to you, like the next check-in. So we'll try to avoid questions that are blocking you from proceeding. But no, it's not quite 24/7. It'll be more like a probably half day response time for each question that takes some investigation. We do hope that each coach is able to join like a stand-up in a time zone that works for you. So if you have trouble connecting with your coach because of time zones or anything else, just let one of us know, and we'll try to find someone that's a bit more in the same part of the world as you. Cool. Stacey, thank you. You'll add everybody to the group and send out some links. I'll hang out here for the next 10, 15 minutes or so in case people want to ask questions either on the call or in the chat if you didn't get a chance. But again, it's awesome to see some friendly faces that we know. Thank you all for participating in the hackathon. We're super excited, and we're here if you need us.
Thanks, guys.
One more thought.
And relativity coaches.
I just want to say,
sorry, go ahead.
We should probably try to arrange a daily stand-up with their coaches. I'm trying to coordinate that with my own team right now. But yes, everyone should probably figure out when you want to meet each day with your coaches. I think it'd be helpful to have at least a standing time for that. So probably coordinate that now or as soon as you can.
Please do. Coaches, please make sure you connect with your teams to get that stand-up set up. That'll be crucial. Good call, Brian.
Yeah, John, I'm trying to reach out to you right now.
Cool. Relativity coaches, you're free to drop. Like I said, I'll hang out for questions if any come up.